Oh, hey, you actually showed up. I mean, yeah, of course you did. I texted you to come by the brewery today, so here you are. Cool, cool. Look, just come in, okay? Don't just stand there in the doorway like some lost puppy. I've got work to do, and you're letting all the temperature-controlled air out. Welcome to, well, my place, my brewery, the thing I've been working on for the past 2 years that I've barely told anyone about. Except you, apparently. I don't know why I'm being weird about this. It's just a brewery. It's just beer. It's just fermentation and hops and malt and you're looking at me like I'm being an idiot. Sorry, I'm not usually this. Whatever. Come on. Let me show you around before I change my mind and kick you out. So, this is the main brewing floor. Those big copper kettles over there, that's where the magic happens. Well, not magic, science, chemistry. But it feels like magic sometimes when everything comes together just right. And over here, these are the fermentation tanks. This is where everything I've been working on for weeks just sits and waits and slowly becomes something better than it was before. Kind of poetic, right? God, listen to me, getting all philosophical about beer. You probably think I'm such a dork. I am a dork, but like a cool dork. A dork who owns a brewery and makes amazing craft beer and doesn't care what anyone thinks. Except, apparently I do care what you think, which is annoying. Look, the reason I invited you here today is because it's brew day, and I thought maybe you'd want to see what I actually do, instead of just hearing me talk about it all the time. I know I've been kind of secretive about this place, about my work, about a lot of things, but you've always asked about it, genuinely asked, like you actually cared, not just to be polite. And I guess I wanted to share this with you. Even though the thought of you being here, watching me work, being in my space, makes me want to simultaneously show off everything I know and also hide in the storage closet until you leave. I'm a mess. You know that, right? Okay. Let me walk you through what we're doing today. And try not to judge me too hard if I fumble over my words or drop something or whatever. Just stay close, and I'll explain everything. So, brewing beer, it's basically controlled chaos. You're taking these raw ingredients, barley, hops, yeast, water, and you're coaxing them into becoming something completely different. The process starts with malting, which I don't do here. I buy pre-malted grains from suppliers, but essentially you're taking barley, soaking it, letting it germinate, then drying it out. That process creates enzymes that'll later convert the starches in the grain into fermentable sugars, which is what the yeast will eat, which is what creates alcohol. See? Chemistry, not magic. Though it still feels magical to me every single time. Then you mill the grains, crush them up, and mix them with hot water in a process called mashing. That's where those enzymes go to work, breaking down those starches. You let it sit for about an hour, and you end up with this sweet liquid called wort, W-O-R-T. Not like a skin wart, that would be gross. Sorry, I always feel the need to clarify that. After that, you drain the wort from the grain, boil it, add hops at different stages. Hops are what give beer its bitterness and aroma. They balance out all that sweetness from the malt. And then you cool it down, add yeast, and let it ferment for weeks. And that's when it becomes beer. Simple, right? Except it's not simple at all. Every single variable matters. Temperature, timing, the quality of your ingredients, the cleanliness of your equipment. One small mistake and your whole batch can be ruined. But when you get it right, when everything comes together perfectly, when you take that first sip of something you created from scratch, it's the best feeling in the world. I've been chasing that feeling for years now, perfecting recipes, experimenting with different hop combinations, different yeast strains, different fermentation temperatures. Some batches turn out amazing, some turn out okay, and some turn out absolutely terrible, and I have to dump them down the drain and pretend they never existed. But that's part of the process, part of the learning, part of what makes this so addicting. I know I'm probably boring you with all this technical stuff. You can tell me to shut up if you want. I won't be offended. Well, I'll be a little offended, but I'll get over it. What? You're not bored? You actually find this interesting? Okay. Well, in that case, let me show you the fermentation tanks up close. You can see what's actually happening in there. Come over here. Yeah, right here. See this one? This is a blonde ale I started about 2 weeks ago. It's almost ready to bottle. If you look through this little window here, you can see the yeast working, those tiny bubbles rising to the surface. That's carbon dioxide, the byproduct of fermentation. The yeast is eating the sugars, converting them into alcohol and CO2, and in the process, creating all these complex flavors, esters and phenols and all these compounds that make beer taste like beer. It's kind of beautiful, actually, watching this living process, knowing that millions of tiny organisms are working together to create something. I spend a lot of time just standing here, watching them, making sure everything's going okay. Some people might think that's weird, but I don't care. This is my passion. This is what I love. And now you're here, watching me talk about it. And I'm trying so hard to sound cool and knowledgeable and not like some rambling nerd who can't shut up about fermentation. But I think I'm failing pretty hard at the cool part. You know what? Forget trying to be cool. This is who I am. I'm a beer nerd. I get excited about yeast strains and hop profiles and mash temperatures. And if that's not impressive to you, then why are you smiling at me like that? Like you're enjoying watching me fumble over my words and get all flustered. Stop looking at me like that. You're making it worse. Okay, let me move on before I completely lose my train of thought. So, over here, these are some of my experimental brews. I've been playing around with some wild yeast strains, stuff you don't usually see in commercial brewing. This one here, it's a saison, Belgian farmhouse style, fermented with a yeast strain that produces these really funky, peppery, earthy flavors. It's not for everyone, but I think it's interesting. I think it challenges people's expectations of what beer can be. And this one? This is an IPA, India Pale Ale, heavily hopped, lots of citrus and pine notes. It's bitter, bold, unapologetic, kind of like me, I guess. Except I'm not actually that unapologetic. I'm actually kind of a mess of insecurities hidden under a tough exterior. But you probably already knew that. You've always been able to see through me. Even when I try to act like I've got everything together, you look at me, and I feel like you can see right through all the walls I put up. It's It's kind of terrifying, actually. Anyway, enough about my emotional baggage. Let's do some taste testing. That's the fun part. That's why you're really here, right? Free beer? I'm kidding. I know you're here because you care about me, or whatever. At least, I hope that's why you're here. Okay, let me grab some glasses. I've got a few different brews that are ready to taste, and I want your honest opinion. No sugarcoating. If it tastes bad, tell me it. Tastes bad. Actually, don't tell me it tastes bad. Tell me it's the best thing you've ever tasted, even if it's terrible. I'm kidding again. Kind of. All right, first up, this is that blonde ale I was telling you about. It's light, crisp, easy drinking, a good introduction to craft beer if you're not used to the heavier stuff. Here, take this glass and just take a sip. Let it sit on your tongue for a second. Notice the flavors, the mouthfeel, the finish, and then tell me what you think, honestly. You're taking your time with it, really tasting it. I appreciate that. Most people just chug it and say it's good without actually paying attention. But you're actually considering it, thinking about it. So, what do you think? You like it? You think it's really good? Like genuinely good? Not just being nice? Oh wow. Okay, that's really good to hear. I'm glad you like it. I really am. I put a lot of work into perfecting that recipe, and hearing you say it's good, it means more to me than you probably realize. Okay, next one. This is the IPA, the bitter one. This might be a little more intense, so if it's too much, that's totally fine. Not everyone likes IPAs. Here, try this. And again, honest opinion. Whoa, you're not even flinching. Most people make a face at that first sip. The bitterness catches them off guard. But you just took it in stride. You're kind of impressing me right now. Not that I'm easily impressed, because I'm not. But you're doing it anyway. You like that one too? You think the bitterness is balanced? That the citrus notes come through? Okay, you need to stop saying nice things about my beer or I'm going to start believing you actually know what you're talking about. Which would mean I'd have to take your opinion seriously. Which would mean I'd have to actually care what you think. Which would be dangerous. Because I already care way too much what you think. About everything, not just about beer. All right, last one. This is the Saison, the funky one. This is my personal favorite, but it's definitely an acquired taste. If you don't like it, I won't be offended, much. Here, try it, and tell me what you experience. You're taking even longer with this one, really analyzing it. What are you tasting? What's going through your head right now? You think it's complex? Layered? Interesting? You can taste the pepper, the earthiness, the subtle fruit notes. How are you so good at this? How do you just immediately pick up on all the things I was trying to achieve with this brew? It took me months to get this recipe right, and you just understood it immediately. I don't know whether to be impressed or scared that you're some kind of beer tasting savant. Maybe both. You know what? I think I need to sit down for a second. I'm getting weirdly emotional about you liking my beer, and I don't know how to handle that. Come sit with me, over here, on these crates. They're sturdy. I sit here all the time when I need to think. There, that's better. I don't know why I'm being so weird about this. It's just beer. It's just your opinion. It shouldn't matter this much. But it does. It matters a lot. Because I've never let anyone in like this before. I've never invited someone to my brewery, to my space, to see me in my element. And the fact that you're here and you're being so nice and you actually seem to appreciate what I do, It's making me feel things I wasn't prepared to feel today. I'm not good at this, at being vulnerable, at admitting when something matters to me. I'm much better at pretending I don't care, at acting tough, at keeping people at arm's length so they can't hurt me. But you make it really hard to keep that up. You ask questions, you listen, you show up when I ask you to, even when I'm being all cryptic and weird about it. And now you're here in my brewery, drinking my beer, telling me it's good, looking at me like you're proud of me or something. And I don't know what to do with that. I'm supposed to be the confident one, the one who has it all together, the brash tomboy who doesn't need anyone's approval. But right now, sitting here with you, I feel like I'm 17 again, nervous about what the person I like thinks of me. Which is stupid, because I'm a grown adult. I own a business. I've traveled. I've competed in brewing competitions. I've done all these impressive things. But none of that matters when you're looking at me like that. When you're close enough that I can smell your cologne. When you're smiling at me like you know exactly what I'm thinking. Do you know what I'm thinking? Because I'm not even sure I know what I'm thinking right now. My brain is it's just static and heartbeats and the smell of hops and malt and your face. I'm such a mess. You know what the worst part is? The absolute worst part? I invited you here because I wanted to impress. I wanted you to see what I do. See that I'm good at something, that I've built something real. And you are impressed. I can see it in your eyes. You think this is cool. You think I'm cool. But now that I have your approval, now that I have your attention, I don't know what to do with it. I'm used to chasing, to wanting, to trying to prove myself. But actually having someone I care about, look at me like I'm worth something, that's terrifying in a completely different way. I'm going to be honest with you, because clearly I've already embarrassed myself enough today that a little more honesty won't hurt. I've liked you for a while now, a long while, longer than I want to admit. And I've been trying to figure out how to tell you, how to show you, without actually having to say it out loud. Because saying it out loud makes it real, makes it something you can reject, makes me vulnerable. And I hate being vulnerable. But keeping it inside, pretending I don't feel anything, that's been killing me too. So I thought, maybe if I brought you here, showed you this part of my life, you'd understand. You'd understand that this brewery, this beer, this passion project, it's the most important thing in my life. And I wanted to share it with you, because you're important to me too. More important than I've wanted to admit, even to myself. I know I'm not always easy to be around. I'm stubborn, I'm prideful, I have a hard time asking for help, an even harder time accepting it. I say things I don't mean when I'm scared. I push people away when they get too close. I self-sabotage because it's easier than risking getting hurt. But with you, I don't want to do that. With you, I want to try. I want to let you in, even though it scares the hell out of me. I like you. A lot. More than I've liked anyone in a really long time. And I'm tired of pretending I don't. Tired of acting like seeing you doesn't make my whole day better. Tired of downplaying how much I think about you. So there, I said it. I like you. I have feelings for you, whatever you want to call it. And if you don't feel the same way, that's that's okay. I'll get over it, eventually. I'll probably be awkward around you for a while, and I might avoid you until I can process my feelings, but I'll be fine. I'm tough. I can handle rejection. But if you do feel the same way, if there's even a chance that you might feel something for me too, then maybe we could see where this goes? You're not saying anything. You're just looking at me with that expression I can't read. Are you shocked? Confused? Trying to figure out how to let me down easy? Please say something. Anything. Even if it's bad news. I can handle it. Probably. Wait, you're smiling. Why are you smiling? You're telling me you've been waiting for me to say something? That you've felt the same way? For months? Are you serious right now? You're not messing with me. Because if you're messing with me right now, I will actually kick you out of my brewery and never speak to you again. You're serious. You actually like me too. Oh my God. I don't know whether to laugh or cry or kiss you. Actually, that last one sounds really good right now. Can I kiss you? Come here. Closer. That was even better than I imagined. And I've imagined it a lot. More than I want to admit. You taste like beer. My beer. Which is somehow the most romantic thing I've ever experienced. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe you're here. And you like my beer. And you like me. This might be the best brew day I've ever had. Do you want to stay for a while? I know it's getting late, but I'm not ready for you to leave yet. We could just sit here, talk, taste more beer. I have a lot more beer. I mean, I'm a brewery owner. I have an unlimited supply of beer. That's kind of my whole thing. Or we could just sit here in the quiet, listen to the fermentation tanks bubbling, enjoy being close to each other. I like that idea better, actually. The quiet thing, with you. Come here. Lean against me. Yeah, just like that. This is nice. This is really nice. I'm usually here alone, working, planning, worrying about whether my latest batch is going to turn out okay. But having you here, it makes everything feel lighter, easier, less stressful. I could get used to this, having you around, sharing this space with you. Maybe you could come by more often, help me with brew days, taste test new recipes, keep me company while I obsess over fermentation temperatures. I'm sure that sounds incredibly boring to most people, but somehow I think you wouldn't mind. You wouldn't mind, would you? You'd actually want to be here, with me, in this hoppy-smelling warehouse, watching yeast do its thing? That makes me really happy. Happier than I've been in a long time. You know, I think this might be the start of something really good. Us, together, building something, just like brewing, taking raw ingredients, time, patience, care, and creating something better than the sum of its parts. That's what I want with you. Something real, something worth the effort, something that gets better with time. I know I'm getting all sappy and romantic. You can make fun of me later. I probably deserve it. But right now, I just want to enjoy this. Enjoy you. Enjoy the fact that you're here and you're mine. You are mine, right? Like, we're doing this. We're together. Yeah, okay. We're together. That's really good. I'm gonna mess this up sometimes. I'm gonna be stubborn and difficult and probably push you away when things get hard. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to be better, to let you in, to not sabotage the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. You make me want to be better. Not just at brewing, but at everything. At being a person. At being someone worthy of you. And I think that's how I know this is real. Because you make me want to be the best version of myself. Thank you for showing up today. For trying my beer. For listening to me ramble. For liking me anyway. Thank you for seeing past the tough exterior and seeing me. I think we should probably head out soon. It's getting late and I need to clean up a bit before I lock up. But tomorrow you should come back and we can do this again. And the day after that, and the day after that. You're gonna get so sick of me. I'm warning you now. I'm gonna want you here all the time. But something tells me you won't mind. All right, come on. Help me clean up these glasses, and then I'll walk you out. And maybe we can go get dinner. Or just walk around for a while. I'm not ready to say goodnight yet. I want to spend more time with you, now that I can actually admit that. Is that okay? Yeah, okay, good. You know, I think this might be the beginning of my favorite recipe yet. You and me, together. And I plan to perfect it, one day at a time. Come on, let's get out of here. The night's still young, and I have a feeling it's going to be a good one. With you, I think every night is going to be a good one. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Sleep well. Dream of me and fermented beverages. Good night, and thank you for today, for everything. Sweet dreams.